And I'm with my host. She's over there.
Hi, y'all.
Well,
Thanks for tuning in, keeping it real with Shell.
I'm her host tonight. It's her show. She got me here, and we about to get it in a second.
YouTube.
Don't forget, check us out live. If you want a better view of everything that's going on here, tune into YouTube and look up SadorRadio.com, and you will see what we're about to do here. Keeping it real with Shell.
All right, we got some other guests coming in. They running a little late. We got some bad traffic, bad storm going on, so they be here soon. You want to get started?
Yeah, let's get started.
All right.
I'm game. Hey, Jay. Somebody's knocking that. Hello. What's going on, man?
I mentioned before we meet you. He's on a radio station.
Oh, okay.
Can I say it?
No, you can.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You can sit here or you can sit here. It's up to you.
Yeah, he's interviewing.
Yeah, you're in the camera.
Oh, you know what we need, huh? That's what y'all believe.
That's what we do.
What do we need, though? Your name is?
Aaron.
Aaron's here, and he said,
sorry, Ron.
Yeah.
he said, what do we need? We're gonna get back with that. You can inbox me. You know, I call you directly.
I'm about to go live on the mic.
Okay.
All right, we live.
We live. That's you.
Yeah. All right, welcome y'all to Keeping It Real with Shell.
You got an echo? Let me see something. Keep talking, and I'll do yours, and I'll try to get it together.
All right, hey y'all. Keeping It Real with Shell. We having a little bit of technical difficulties right now. We're about to straighten it up.
Sound better?
Yeah, much better. Thank you. Tonight's topic is Keeping It Real with Shell. I mean, that's the name of the show, y'all. Tonight's topic is what do men want, need, and expect in a relationship with us women? So today we have some guests. We have A-Rod and we have DJ Manny Strong that's in-house with us today. And I also have my girlfriend that's going to be joining us shortly. So give me a few seconds.
Well, while we wait for her to get a couple things together, my homie Kev is watching. He said that we need quiet. We need quiet when we're watching the football game. And he said to respect his manhood. Hey, Ali. Hey, listen, y'all. Tune into YouTube live stream. If you tune into Sador Radio, you'll get a whole view of the whole show. This is just my Facebook Live. If you tune into Sador Radio on YouTube, you will get the whole show. You will get everything that's going on behind the scenes. And it's uncut. Like, we don't rehearse none of this. Kev, you going in, Kev. I'm going to have to give you a call personally. Number is 215-909-60.
See if my other guest is here. But you could watch us live, YouTube, Sador Radio, SADIOR, RADIO, one word, and it should come up. Keeping It Real with Shell. Tonight's topic is what do men want, need, and expect in a relationship with us women? And we have two gentlemen here that are so eager to share their thoughts about what they.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm eager. It's just that I like to let it be known. I like to let it be known because just as men, women always assume that y'all know us. Y'all got us down packed and y'all know what we need, you know, or correctly how to nurture us. And some of y'all are on point.
You know, not.
And a whole lot of y'all
You had to say that on the exit out?
Yeah, he said that on the exit out. But he on his way back.
Okay.
And some of y'all don't. And not to go on off topic, but that's why there are a lot of side chicks. Because
not to go off topic.
Hey, a lot of women assume that they know what we want or that we need or expect, and it's not the truth.
Well, why do we need to assume? If you say you're the kind of guy who actually verbalizes it, you express it, you let it be known.
Mhm.
Then what happens then? If you're so,
It's a such thing as called falling on deaf ears. Um, Women, just as men, when we get in a relationship, and you notice I keep saying just as men, because it's not a woman bashing thing or a man bashing thing. We tend to get comfortable.
yeah, that's true. We all do.
And then when you get comfortable, it's like, oh, that's my babe, that's my baby. He good. If I could tell you what I want, and at that moment, if you're not ready to handle what I need or what I want, you're going to do what you want to do, which leaves me stranded. How you doing?
Hey, y'all. Liz just came. This is my girlfriend Liz. She's coming to ask some questions as well as hear what men want, need, and expect in a relationship. Y'all can watch us live on YouTube, Sador Radio, SADIOR, RADIO, one word. As well, you can call in 215-909-6070. So, DJ Manny Strong, and we have A-Rod. There's, that were kind enough to come on the show and kind of give their thoughts.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that it starts with knowing what you want. And because women do it all the time, they do it to us. They say, prime example, I'm a backtrack. They'll say, we'll ask them, well, what you want for dinner? And they'll turn around and be like, well, what you want? And it'll go back and forth until we frustrated that you don't know what you want to eat. But if we turn around and tell y'all exactly what we want, you know, as a woman, I think that you should be able to handle that order, take that order, and not being as a boss or the kings that we need to be, but just that's what we want. So a lot of men, I'm going to speak for me. I'm not going to say a lot of men. I like, first of all, a woman that pays attention. That way I ain't got to repeat myself to what I need or what I want. So once I teach you that first time, when you get those spidey senses tingling, you should know that, let's say my love cup is overflowing. Handle that with the love cup. I shouldn't have to tell you.
Okay. Do you think that the very first time she should automatically get it? Like, is there a time frame to say, okay, I should automatically know you within this time frame, or I should be able to pick up on vibes and kind of understand you without you verbalizing it? Do you think that's possible?
Well, I think it's paying attention to small details. The small details are going to make up the big stuff. So it's easy to see the big things. Oh yeah, well he likes steak on Thursdays, right? Steak Thursday. But sometimes it's the small things that go along with it. So if you can pick up on it, if you can pay attention to the small details, you'll have it under wraps. It'll be fine. But a lot of times we overlook small details and they can't figure out how we got to this point. How did we get here? Why are we having this argument now?
Right.
Because all along, it's a lot of small stuff that you just overlooked. And now we got to have a conversation about why we're here or how we got here.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. All right, in my situation, right, I was told, don't ask me what I want to eat, just cook. You know what I'm saying? All right, now in that type of situation, I mean, if you know that she's a good cook, okay, would you be like that? Would you get angry if I asked you, what you want to eat when you already, when you say, well, cook me anything? I know you can cook, so I'm going to eat it. My mom ain't give me a choice to eat, what to eat. Do you think that's a good thing? A bad thing? What?
I don't think it's. I think it's whatever y'all decide on in your relationship. Because if he's the type of person that says, I don't mind whatever you eat, whatever it is tastes great. You got an open book, cook whatever you want. Now, if he complains about it, that's something different. But if he doesn't complain, whatever you cook, just keep cooking whatever you want.
No.
I wanna know why he got an attitude when she asked the question. That's what I wanna know.
I
Because
wanna
What
give
is the
you what
attitude
you
about?
want to eat.
the reason
She's
why he
trying
I
to
asked,
don't wanna
cater to
just
you.
go and fix something.
She's asking
In
because
order
she wants
for
to
you-
cater.
I'm trying to please you.
okay,
Exactly.
On what
So what
you
is the
have to
attitude
taste.
well,
about?
I'm gonna answer for y'all from my aspect. If
Mhm.
maybe he feels like you know me. If I trust the fact that you can cook, right?
Mhm.
You should know that you don't have to ask me what I want to eat because I'm gonna eat what you want, what you cook. You know, some things are better not asked,
Mhm.
and sometimes they're asked at the wrong time because we feel like, and me as a man, I feel like if you know me, you shouldn't have to ask me that.
So on your case, you feel like you want to cater to what he, or you want to do something
Yeah.
nice for him,
Yeah.
but he doesn't want to. He got other things that he's
He
working
got
on. Other
attitude.
things.
No,
No,
just
that's right.
attitude.
Just attitude.
Nothing
Well, is
can
that attitude
please
after
you.
the first time? Or was it attitude after
No.
he just said, "Oh, cook whatever you want, babe." Oh, yo, what
And
do
you
you
still
want?
asking.
Oh, babe, just cook whatever you want. Oh, babe, I just want to know what you want. Oh, babe, cook whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Well, I do whatever I want now. Whatever I want to eat, that's what I cook.
Okay,
You know
but
what
see,
I'm saying?
back to what a man wants to see. The problem is what he want at that moment is he don't want to be nagged. Now you're nagging him if you keep asking him, and he see for every action there's a reaction. If you ask him just plain out, babe, what you want to eat, and he got attitude, something else is wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so before you go and ask that question or you feel some type of way, well, I just asked you what you want to eat. You need to step back and say, well, baby, you know,
You okay?
everything all right? You know,
Mhm.
you want to talk about something? You know, and if he's really mad at you, he's going to do what we all do. No, I'm good. I'm good is another meaning for something is wrong.
Mhm.
But for you to keep asking the same question over again and he's giving you an attitude, then you actually throw
No, it
fuel
wasn't
into the
always
fire.
like that, though. It wasn't always like that.
Something else is wrong there.
Yeah,
From my, I can't speak for him, but me being a man on my end, something else is wrong.
I mean, but what can be wrong?
It
I
could be
go
a
to
whole
work.
bunch of things.
But look,
It
look,
could be a
look,
whole
I go to
bunch.
work, I come home, every 2 weeks, I go and get my beautiful mane done.
Oh,
You know what
show
I'm
the
saying?
YouTube viewers.
And
Show
I mean,
Facebook Live.
and
Show them the main.
let me see. And I go out because I'm a singer.
Mhm.
I go out to either karaoke or open mic. And that's the only time I go out because my job is demanding. You know what I'm saying? I do overtime. He does too. So, I mean, what is the problem?
I'm a,
Neither one of them can
I
answer that
clean the
question
house.
per se, but they can give an idea of, it could be so many
it
different
could be a million
things.
things.
It could be a million, it could be him personally that's going through something, and he may not want to share.
I already know what it is though, and I don't even really know your name. You just came in.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give her my theory real quick. What it
Okay.
is from what you just said to me, and it's no offense. Basically, it's basic. Come home, listen. Come home from singing one night, and what's your name?
Well, he works at night, so
Okay,
He's
so
not there when
so
I
he's
get home.
he's there in the morning then.
no.
Okay, so when do you see him? In the morning
In
and
the
nighttime?
afternoon.
In the afternoon? Okay, well in the afternoon when he's walking through the door, he waking up, be somebody else.
And
Oh.
and let me tell you, I've tried that. I've tried it. I love role playing.
Well, listen,
But if someone is not receptive to it, so what do I do then?
we're gonna talk on. I need you on my
I
show.
even
now. We're gonna talk
tried
about
one
something. We
time asking him to meet me somewhere so I can act like I'm someone else. You know, to get him
I know.
engaged. You know, try to get him to be like, you know, oh, okay, she playing. Oh, okay, she role playing now.
Are y'all
You know,
listening?
so we can.
Y'all listening to
Y'all
what
hear
she's
that?
saying?
Yeah, I love to
Role play.
So I want y'all to be calling in to chime in and give her some answers to
215-909-6070.
some solutions
But
to
if
her
Or you
problem.
can type a question
Where-
in the YouTube live.
I'm like,
So do a radio.
is this even worth it? Mm.
How much time do y'all spend together? If he works
The
late in the night, in
weekends.
the morning,
The
a
weekends.
little bit of time in the afternoon,
The
our
weekends.
schedules are conflicting, I think.
When he gets home, he goes straight to bed because he has a night job.
See, because
So
one of the callers just
he
said, he
has a night
said,
job and a day job.
he said that men want you to be there, but and to be around us, asking questions like, what do you say, why you got it in the room? Hey, you want to, G, call in and speak to her about it. 215-909-6070. That way you can talk to her directly. Because I really didn't understand it, and I didn't want to sound really ignorant on the phone. You know, but give us a call and you can talk to her directly. But a lot of men are chiming in and they're saying that we don't like to be nagged. That's number one. Please don't nag us.
But let me ask this. I get the whole not nagging aspect. But at what point, if we as women are not clear or we don't understand what you're saying, does it become nagging? Because obviously I'm not saying always, but I'm a person, I need clarity, I need detail, I don't like to assume.
Okay.
So if you're not clear and detailed enough in what your answer may be, or you give me a vague answer that's like, what?
Okay, I'm gonna
Then-
show you. I'm
yes,
gonna show you. We're gonna
I
role
am
play
gonna
right now.
ask.
Ask me, did I take out the trash?
Babe, you take the trash out?
Yeah, I took the trash out. Did you see my face?
Yeah.
That means you're nagging me.
Well, why? Because I asked you to take trash out?
You could have just asked me a split-second question. If I got something going on within me and in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
you're nagging me. So if I gave you that feed,
All right,
don't
that
even come
means-
back with nothing. Leave
That
him be.
means leave him alone.
Right.
Okay.
Because if you don't,
But some men are easily irritated.
exactly.
So now what?
Leave him alone until
So when is it ever? So when is it ever safe? I guess to
Because-
say.
I can't speak for all men. I'm gonna tell you. Right after I calm down and go through what I go through, this is how you might get it. I might come in and be like, "Hey, babe, I'm going to the store. You want something to eat?" Now you looking at me like I'm crazy.
You know,
How can he
yo,
ask me that I want something to eat when he just gave me the look of death? I'm not going through what I'm going through no more. That's when it's safe. Instead of getting in your feelings and feeling like, oh, that nigga just act a certain way to me, so now I'm gonna act this way. Now that's the time you talk. But babe, might call it in.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Keeping It Real with Shell. Tonight's topic is what do men want, need, and expect in a relationship with a woman? Hello? Hi, how are you?
Put it to the
Can you hear us? Hello?
mic
Hello?
and see if you can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me see if I can put you to the mic so everybody can hear. Because I'm putting on speaker.
Put the mouthpiece there.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Can't hear.
Let me see. Take it off speaker. Go ahead, speak. Go ahead, we can hear you.
Hi.
Hi.
What do men want, need, and expect in a relationship from a woman?
Hold it. Number one.
Okay, you said don't nag them. What else?
Compassionate.
Compassion, encouragement. And you implement that in your current and past relationships? Okay, so currently you have, but you haven't in the past, right? Okay, so now that you've implemented these new things, how does the relationship seem to be? Is it better? Okay. Okay, my guess, y'all have any speakers for the call?
It's not doing it.
It's not changing.
Oh.
You still there, Colin? Okay, y'all have any questions for her?
I mean, is it, like, everything's working out the way she said now, in the current relationship? Is he receptive to these things? Is he responding the way you want him to?
Did you get a yes? Okay, what he was asking, now that you're putting those things into place in the current relationship, is there any problems in the relationship?
Or does he respond to that?
Does he
the
respond
way she
to
expects?
the way that you're, like expressing yourself? Okay, so you're dealing with a man that's more sensitive now? Okay, okay. All right, well, I want to thank you for calling in, okay? All right, bye-bye.
I think there's a lot
So
of,
what's wrong?
Okay,
uh,
I just got finished talking about the phone situation. We're gonna bring them in on Facebook. It's
Okay,
louder that way if we bring them in on Facebook Live.
okay. The same number? Remember how they call?
Well, we can do our Facebook Live feed, and the people who wanna call in, have them pose a question.
Oh,
we
and
go
then
from
we do
here.
it from me, okay. All right, I have someone on YouTube asking, how long have y'all been together, Liz?
3 years.
3 years, y'all.
I think that, he might be getting frustrated, as well as you. I'm sure you're frustrated sometimes too. I think that a lot of times with y'all not spending time together, and then, not seeing each other to work on stuff,
Yeah.
he's probably feeling on his end, and I don't know, he's probably feeling on his end like, what's the use? I don't see her but here and there on the weekends, and during those times it's drama or whatever, and you're probably feeling like, damn, I don't hardly see him either. And it's probably, so y'all both probably in a space where it's, probably asking yourself, what's the use? It's not coming together.
Okay, on that same note, we both together. So we both together on Friday mornings. Then he'll go to work that night. I mean, so it's like, I don't know. I'm just ready. I got one foot in the doorway and one foot out on the landing. I'm like, I got my stuff packed. The only thing that's not packed is the clothes that I wear every day. So I've tried over and over to like rectify our issues, but like he tries to be controlling. I'm a singer, I'm an actor, I'm a writer, all of that. And I have stepped back a little from that. Me and a couple of my coworkers, we're starting a business, a production business where they're gonna produce the music, I'm gonna write to the music. And it's like, my time is gonna be even shorter. So if he can't deal with what we're going through now, he's really not gonna be able to deal with it later, because it's gonna be less time, and I'm starting a second job as well. So it's like, what, I think I just need to,
Can I interject on that? First of all, to everybody who's listening, I need y'all to understand one thing when you're in a relationship. If you gotta ask yourself if you're happy, you're not happy.
I'm not.
Um, I'm not, like I said, I don't like the man or woman bash. But I do know from what you're saying, I've been through that same situation. And no offense to you, sometimes you do have to take a step back. You can't be on first base, second base, third base, pitcher, back catcher, because as a man, we looking like, well, dang, when is it time for us? You know, no matter how much you try to role play or whatever you're doing, or saying that you're handling at home, if you're doing more somewhere else than you're doing at home, and they expect you to be at home more, then it's not gonna work.
And that's the thing. I've tried being that superwoman for this man.
But are y'all both?
When
It
does
can be
it
one
become
side.
where I'm paid attention to? You know what I'm saying?
Well, how are you
If
paying
you
attention
don't
to
pay
if you're,
attention to
if
me,
you're not
and
home?
you giving me negative energy all the time, why should I give you, where does it end? You know what I'm saying?
Space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's nothing
that's
but
what it sounds like.
frustration. It's over and over.
Yeah.
and I'm speaking from experience because I want to say within the last 10 years, but 5 strong, my wife became a minister. We talking about my best friend. When she became a minister, most of her time was spent at church.
Mhm.
You know, so my pool buddy going, my party buddy, and I DJ, so my buddy's going. So I started getting frustrated that she was spending more time there. So every time we would have a debate or something, the first thing I say is take your bed and move it into church.
That's wrong.
And yeah, it is because she could be spending more time at a nightclub, you know, or
Yes.
somewhere ragged, which still doesn't make it right because
You have to have balance.
it has to have
You have to
balance.
have balance.
But you also have to have priorities.
But
If your
also-
marriage is messing, I'm sorry,
No,
but your marriage is falling apart at home because of something new that you're doing, you have to start to say, well, what's more important?
My
Is
marriage
is it
and what
more important for me
Yeah.
to be here at church all this time and my marriage fall apart? Because I'm sure everybody at church will tell you, take your butt home. That's what they should tell you. Take your butt home and handle your business at home. But that's the most important thing. But if you can't, you get to prioritize. You want to spend some time at the church,
Mhm.
but you want to make sure everything's cool here before you do. And I think that's a lot of frustration that you're having. And his story will probably be, he's frustrated because he never sees you. You don't do the things he wants you to do.
Do y'all sit down and even talk about what the
We
problem
can't
is?
talk. That's the issue.
Even before y'all got to this
Because-
place
I
now?
used to be there.
Because, let me tell you, if I'm trying to make an effort on, talking to you and you want to sit there like nonchalant, like you don't want to talk, like it's like my opinion
Hi,
or
you're
what I
listening
want
to
to talk
Keeping It
to
Real
you
with
is not,
Shell.
important. What do I do?
Hello?
Can't do anything. You don't have
Do
communication.
you have him on the speaker?
Yeah, hello? Hello?
You only got one card to play left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Card,
You got a couple people chiming in. They like no offense, but you got a lot of excuses.
No,
And-
I don't have excuses. I would like someone just to mediate, just
Oh.
come and sit
Okay.
and he don't know about it, or me videotape what goes on in his house. If I ask you how your day was, come rub your back, fix your dinner, clean your house, all of that. And try to spend time with you, but you so busy being mean and evil instead of, trying to love. That's all I'm trying to do is love, make my money, come home, be relaxed. I don't want to come home to stress.
I have a YouTube person who said, don't change your life because you're going to be miserable. But it seems like you're making yourself too busy for a relationship.
Yeah.
No,
Could
That's-
that be?
I'm about to start making my life busy, besides my
I mean,
relationship,
from what I'm
because
hearing,
I'm not getting what I need at home. And he's busy with his stuff, being mean and evil. And you take more energy being mean and evil than to be nice.
that's true.
So What am I here
But it seems that your schedule is pretty consistent,
for? Here?
and his schedule is the one because he has 2 jobs. So
Okay.
really, the time to, it seems that needs to be more adjusted is on his end.
He has
That's
two
what it seems
full-time
like,
jobs.
2 full-time jobs.
So I can adjust that.
How
And
can
I
you adjust
have
that?
one
In order to
job,
pay the bill.
and I do
Do y'all take
overtime.
vacations together? Do y'all?
Once in a blue moon. Our last vacation was in June. We went to a jazz festival. And that was
For a weekend, something
a
like that?
weekend. Mhm.
Okay, well, maybe y'all need to have that conversation, like, let's make more time, like, can you take some days off? Can you, you've done all of that?
Hey,
And
listen.
what's his response?
The only other thing, like I
He got
said,
work.
as a man and being in relationships, when I went through what you went through before, I went through it several times in other relationships too. So I had to check myself with my last one because if I went through it before, then maybe it's me.
Mhm.
But this is what I do. After I try and I give my all, and it's not working,
You
I
give up?
stop.
Yeah,
And being a man, when you stop doing something and you stop asking me how I'm doing, telling me I don't smell good or don't compliment me on certain things, it raises an eyebrow. It make me be like,
Yeah, I've been
especially
accused
they
of
used to do
cheating. I've been accused of cheating. I've been accused of not coming home at night because I sleep alone every night. Every night. It's not one night I haven't come home since me and him been living together. But him, he can go to from where he's from, and it's okay for him to stay out overnight.
is it work related?
Huh?
Is it work related?
No, his family live down there.
so let me ask this to y'all gentlemen, since the show is
Exactly.
about what it is that men want, need, and expect from a woman in a relationship.
Look at
What
your
do
face.
y'all believe is causing this in their relationship? If you, I mean, of course, you can't speak for him because you're not him, but just to get an idea, just to get an idea,
I'ma let
then
you
what
speak
is
first.
it
I'll speak first.
in y'all opinion that's making this man so mean, so cold, so insensitive, so unattached?
Okay, he's gonna answer.
I'm stuck there.
It's pretty simple. He don't want to be in a relationship anymore.
Exactly.
And he doesn't want to tell you he doesn't want to be in a relationship anymore. So he's going to
I
show
told
you in so
him
many
that I was
ways.
leaving.
It doesn't matter, you're not
And-
born.
He sends flowers to my job. Or he'll make me make me dinner when I come home on a Saturday night. He has dinner ready. I mean, it's like confusing on what, I said, look, all right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go ahead and make the decision and I'm gonna leave. And then he'll send flowers to my job. He wants to talk. He wants to,
Listen,
take me
viewers, you
here. He
can give
wants
us
to
a
take
call,
me there.
267-463-3874.
I think I already know. I just
Well,
need to
well,
know.
he answered the question for you, and I'm gonna answer it the same way. He don't want to be in a relationship anymore. You already know you're not in a relationship
Yeah.
anymore.
I'm
It's,
just
it's,
existing
it's
there.
something there that he's holding on to. Maybe it might be you keeping him financially bound. He has a place to lay his head. It's something. When I used to run the streets and I used to use women, it used to be of that sort.
Well, it's his house.
I don't mean nothing. He needs you there to man the ship.
To clean it.
It's just comfortable. It's
To
comfortable
clean
for him.
it.
Yeah.
It's comfortable for him, so he
Well-
don't want to change it, but. he don't
Yeah, I
really
am
want
the only one that clean the house.
All right, well, listen.
I mean, he does cook,
I said if you're gonna be the maid, be the best maid. But be the best
Well,
maid
And whatever you gonna do.
at your hand.
well, guess what? I done already found an apartment. I already got a house. My daughter's gonna move in there, but I'm gonna move closer to work over in Jersey because I'm tired of the commuting and all of that type of stuff. So I won't have a mortgage anymore once my daughter move in to my house. And I'm gonna just move on with my life. And I'm a date, but I ain't getting in no relationship anymore. Don't ask me if you can get between my legs because no, we can be friends and that's
That's
it.
not gonna
Because
happen.
once sex come into effect, it's gonna be,
All right, I'll figure it out.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what men,
I-
that's what we
believe
want
me.
as men.
I
We
did-
don't want women
I didn't
to
win.
use sex.
I
Let
have
me
went
ask- let me ask
years
this
without
on that
having
note.
sex.
On
I
that
lived
note.
years. So I can do it. I can focus on me
You ain't even
and
had
do
no
the
male
things that
friends.
I need to do.
Thinking like that, you ain't gonna have no male
Well,
friends.
if that's the case, hey, work, money, money, money.
No,
That's all I'm saying.
What?
All right, listen, y'all.
Vibrator,
We
vibrator.
getting off topic. And also be mindful the time that we are on the air. It is 6 o'clock. You know, we ain't on no late night tips, so we gotta be mindful about the things that we say.
Right, Sawyer.
Manny. What you want in a relationship from a woman?
Well, I am married, and even with my current relationship, I don't worry about loyalty and honesty and all of that. That was back
You
when.
said you're not worried
Now,
about
I
it.
don't worry about that because people will be people. They're going to do whatever they want, whatever situation that's headed to them. What I want from my woman is understanding. I want her to continue to be a strong queen. I want her to not nag, but to know how and when to strike up that conversation. I want a woman that knows how to keep the fire lit in the bedroom. And when I mean keep the fire lit, I don't mean because he say you're not sexually active like he is that you got to bring a third person in the room. That's not what you do. That's not what you do because it don't work for everybody. Trust me when I tell you. But I want her to be able to want just like I want. You know, I want us to be able to be on the same page, spiritually, intellectually, laughing and joking, you know, and just to understand that character. I don't want to have to be able to go out to a wing night with the fellas and meet a group of chicks that like football or basketball or sports, that understands the makeup of a man and can treat us like we should be treated at home. That's the makeup of a side chick. A side chick becomes y'all man best friend. See, because when you get in a relationship, I don't want the laughing joking to be able to stop. See, I'm gonna give you a prime example. When you first get in a relationship, I can go home and tell my girlfriend a dick joke, and she gonna kick it. When things get serious, that same dick joke that turns into a vagina joke, I can't tell. Cause where did you hear that from? Right. But if I go to the wing spot,
Everybody laugh.
everybody laugh.
They love it.
Hey, nice haircut. Hey, you smell good.
You notice those things.
So I want those things in a woman to stay of good quality. And a lot of women seem to, men too, but we talk about what men want from a woman, lose that trait about themselves. It's not always sexually with a man. It becomes more sexually with a lot of men when that's all you got to offer. If we can't talk, we can't laugh and joke, we can't be best friends, just fuck me, excuse my language, because I can get that somewhere else.
I think that goes to, what you're talking about goes to the attention to detail too. If
Exactly.
they paying attention to the details, if they focus on you, as they should be, and you should be focused on them, it should be both ways. If they're focused on you like that, they should pick up on all those little things. Like when you're frustrated, when you're happy, when you're sad, they should pick up on it. Because when they come home, you had a long day, hey, babe, how can I make your day better? You know, I noticed that you're off a little bit today. What's going on with you? And it's a conversation that we have. But they're focused on you, so they pick up on it. And they know about what makes you happy and all those
Exactly.
things. Because they've been paying attention to you. Not so consumed with everything else that now they can get to you. It doesn't work that way.
Wait, so what do you want in a relationship?
I want calmness when I get home, right? I want to come into a calm environment because I take on the world every day. But when I come home, I need to be calm. So that part of that calmness is communication. Where if I come home, we can talk about things, even if it's something that bothers you. Hey, give me a second, babe. What's wrong? I mean, this happened, that happened. Give me a second. Let me just unwind my day, and we can talk. That's a communication piece too. So, but I need that calmness when I get home. If I have turmoil in the world, I gotta deal with that all day. Then I get home and I got even more frustration. It's gonna drive me nuts. I don't wanna come home. I wanna go to the bar. You see what I'm saying? After work, get a couple of drinks and talk to some people. Then I can come home and deal with it.
But what if there's no turmoil when you come home?
But wait a minute, let him finish talk about what he wants in a relationship.
So that's one thing. Another big thing for me is I want somebody that understands and sees the vision that I have for my family, right? I have a vision for my family. I have a vision for what I want. I have a vision for my children, if we have children, and my wife. I have a vision for all that stuff already, and I work hard at it. So when I do meet somebody and they come along, I want to say, look, this is what we got going on. This is what we can do. This is how we can be. And if they are okay, and if they can see that vision, then we can roll. We can roll with it. The problem is if they have a vision already, and I have a vision, and they say, no, this is what I want, and this is what you want, and we decide to still get together, and that's an appetite for
A disaster.
disaster.
Mhm.
And a lot of times what you're having is just that. He has a vision of what he wants from you. You have a vision of what you want from him, and your visions are not working.
Exactly.
You want him to be a certain way, he wants you to be a certain way. You have a schedule, he has a schedule, it's not gonna come together. The only one thing y'all can do is just go to separate ways. But what I want from a woman, to be more specific, is I want them to be okay and understand my vision that I have for them. They
That's
can-
like the highest thing that you could say, you know what, this is, if I had to pick one thing that I want, it would be for them to see the vision that you have
Yes.
and support it.
To support the vision I have for my family. Because that's my responsibility, is to provide and take my family to the highest level I can. And in order for me to do that, I gotta prepare myself before I meet the person. And then when they come along, they can come right in and say, look, hey, this is what I got going on, and we can do this thing this way. And if they say, you know what, that's something I can really get involved with, then we can move forward, and she can support my vision, and it can be our vision, and we can just start building it together. And that's when they become a teammate, like you were saying. We're working together, we bounce ideas off each other, and that's the ultimate thing that I want. Everything else falls right in line.
Manny, if you had one thing to say, that this is a one, this one thing, if I can get this, I'm good, what would that be?
I would want that one thing, kind of sort of piggybacking off of what he said, but I would want, my wife to have learned to be able to fish all over the board for herself. And what I mean by that is there's so many words. Say if, for instance, I was to die today or tomorrow. I want my wife to be able to do everything just as if I was there.
To
And
hold it down.
to be able to hold it down without a doubt. You know, and that's what like he said, that's what I work hard for, to show her. So she could be able to fish for herself. Now, take it for granted, I died 2 years from now, she wound up getting with somebody else. No matter what he has to offer or bring to the table, she already know how to fish for herself. That, to me, that meant that I did my job. You understand what I'm saying? Other than that, like I said, people change day in and day out. You know, my wife showed me that she changed. You know, like I said, I thought that was gonna be my going out buddy all the time. And she became a minister. So I kind of disagree. I agree from the educational aspect of it, but I disagree because tomorrow me being DJ may not be the same. And I'm not gonna stop chasing my dream or my life because I'm married or because we're in a relationship. If you don't agree, now, if my relationship is that meaningful, for instance, I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow and want to be a go-go dancer and think you're supposed to follow my dream. Yeah, exactly. But I also know that in life it's like that, just as well as relationships. So you could work hard to please somebody, and they could leave you just like that.
But now, with the vision I was talking about, they decide to leave, your vision still is what you want.
Yeah, and that's why I said that's the part that I agree with. The part that I disagree with is that you said that if y'all change, it's not gonna work. And I just don't agree with that because change is inevitable. You're going to change, you know. That jokey, laughy person that she was or he was, they might not be that all their life. You know, things that I like to laugh and joke about or talk. I got a crazy mouth, and I gotta realize that you know she might be in her word at that moment, and I come downstairs and I'm rah, rah, and I'm like, oh, you know, so I gotta curve what I do, and that's called compromise.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's another thing that I want. If my woman can't compromise with me and it's always about her, oh, we can't do nothing.
It's true.
We can't do jack nothing. We can't even conversate. You know, and I just believe once a man gets to a certain stage, like I said, it ain't always about sex. The first three words when we at them nightclubs determine whether we're gonna even have a conversation with you. But most women don't even know that.
What's them 3 words?
If you come over to me and you say, buy me a drink,
I've never done that.
it's not that it turned me off, it's just that it's more to me than just buy me a drink. Just like it's more to you than me looking at, you know, your behind. A real woman, as soon as we do that, she offended.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's the levels that I'm talking about. Once you mature in that relationship, but a lot of women don't see that man as being mature to that level. And it's just that way, you know. And I don't know if it's because of the way that we were or the way that some men have dogged them out or treated them. Because I was that guy before. I don't know, but I know what I want.
Well, they might not be mature on that level.
Right.
That's why they presented this stuff that way.
Yeah.
They
Can I
can-
say something? Oh, go ahead.
Okay. That was- well,
Can I say something real quick? When does it come a point where, you know, us as women that want to pursue like, you know, higher things, like I am, where do the man come in and get that support though?
He should have been there from the
You know,
get-go.
exactly. So, I mean, I find it hard to find someone like that.
Let's say,
I mean-
let's say you move forward a couple years. You have all your business going. You're a singer, you're a producer, you got people producing, you write songs, starting to get successful with it, it's working for you. What point in time do you think you will have time for a man to come into your life and that you can treat him
Mhm.
like a man the way he wants to be treated?
Oh, I'm gonna make, you know, like you were saying, you have to make sacrifices in your life to make others, make others feel special, I guess you would
So
say.
where you
Make
gonna
them-
find the time to do that?
I
Being that
will
you have
find
so
time,
much
like I
going on.
found the time to, you know, do anything else, like work, you know, take care of my children. You know, I was in a marriage, you know, divorce, whatever. But when you put everything down for everybody else, when is it your time, bro? When is it your time for a man to sacrifice for you? It's not always about a man, it's about a man sacrificing something for you for a change. You know what I'm saying? It's not always, oh, I gotta sacrifice this for you.
No, it should be sacrificial things done on both aspects.
Exactly.
But you said something that I want to go a little bit deeper on. You said make you feel like a man. What does that mean? Make you feel like a man in your mind, in your thoughts. What does that mean?
It boils down to just respect at the end of the day. Just respecting, you know, the way I am. And if you're paying attention to the small details when I come home, you'll pick up on it. You'll be able to respect the fact that I might need a few minutes when I come home every day to unwind. You might respect that,
Now,
give me a little space.
I'm gonna cut you off real quick because you're talking about coming home. We're not living together.
Okay.
Now what?
Well, you can respect the fact that if I say, hey, I'm going to come pick you up a certain time, be ready.
Be ready. Oh, that's.
Especially if you know that drives me nuts. The first couple of times it'll be okay. Oh, hey, I see you running a little late today. It might be a joke. But after the third or fourth time, saying, oh, this is getting a little more serious. I see how
Yeah, but on that same note, me personally, I'm always on time. If I'm not on time, I don't feel right.
But
You
you
know
know
what
what,
I'm
you know what,
saying?
sis,
And
like I said, I don't know you from a can of spray paint, but from everything that you're saying, if you weren't doing everything that you're saying, then you need to move on.
I
Yeah,
am.
it's not, at this point,
not
it's not
difficult
even
at
you.
all.
I'm
At this
moving
point,
on.
it's not even you.
Yeah, I know it's
It's
not
because
me.
you've
I
done
know it's
everything
not.
that you
It
could,
hasn't
and
been
once
me.
you've done everything that you could possibly do in a relationship, and you feel confident in that,
Mhm.
it's easy to let it go. Because you know, I've tried it this way, I've tried it that way, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. After that, let it go, because it's not you, it's not you, and even if it is you, you just have to accept, we not meant to be together, keep it moving, like.
Shell, give all our viewers the, YouTube and, radio information so they can tune in instead of just constantly being
Coming
online.
online. All right, y'all can tune into YouTube. Type in Sador Radio, one word, SADIOR Sador Radio, one word, YouTube. You can watch us live. Also, you can call in 267-463-3874.
Shout out to, G, Heidi. I think Heidi's all the way in Atlanta, Georgia. She's
Okay.
tuning in. We got a couple people.
Thank you,
Heidi.
Heidi.
Check out our YouTube. You can see everything behind the scenes that's going on. The live link instead of the Facebook live. Facebook already paid. We trying to do our thing on YouTube. But yeah, man, it's more than just nagging. It's more than just sex. Like the makeup of a man is everything, especially if you're going to allow that man to be king. Um, each man can't speak for every man.
Correct.
You know, vice versa for women. What floats my boat might not float somebody else. It might sink his boat. But I know that a lot of guys that I hang with, we don't like yes man as women. We don't want you to be hardcore, hard nosed, but we want you to be a little bit firm also.
It has to be balanced. It has to be a balance
Right.
in everything that you do. It has to be. Because you don't want somebody to be able to, that I can walk over her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I want you to check me,
Mhm.
you know, but it's how you check too.
Exactly.
Because it's about being respectful.
Exactly.
I want you to come back and finish up what you say about being made to feel like a man, or you spoke about respect.
Okay.
What else? And also, Manny, after he's done, I want you to give your feed on that.
Yeah, I get a bad feed. I'm letting her be the good
You
guy.
know, yeah, he can do it.
The good guy, bad
guy. We know.
Okay.
I think that men, we go out to the world, we take on a lot of challenges, right? And we conquer them daily. When we get home, we don't want more challenges. We don't
want
want,
that to be a safe haven.
we don't want to, yeah, we don't want to have to fight all day and then come home and fight all night. We want enough respect from a woman sometimes to just say, hey, I'm going to step back sometimes and let him do his thing. Let him be for a little bit of time. I think sometimes we refer to that as nagging. I refer to it as calmness sometimes, but it boils down to a woman just understanding that her man is out there all the time,
Mhm.
and he's out there conquering, and he comes home. We don't want another challenge. We don't want another debate. Conversation is okay, but we want to be able to smile, have fun, spend time with the person that we really like being with.
Yeah.
Then we can go do it again the next day.
And that's the thing, when we go out, we have fun. I mean, it's just in the house. I give him his space. He has his man cave in the basement. You know, all of that. It's just, I don't know. I think he's what do you call it? A narcissistic sociopath. Because I'm serious,
Real title on that.
nothing ever pleases him. I mean, if I didn't bring a trash can up from the curb, you know, he has an issue with that. And I was like, I'm not gonna bring a trash can up from the curb. That's your responsibility. Do you clean the house? I clean the house. You have not picked up a broom since we moved into this house. So,
How long y'all been together?
3 years.
And it-
We've
all
been
this
living
new-
together for
newbie
almost
stuff
2.
like-
And that should already be worked
This
out.
should
And it's
already
like,
been-
Because I don't think
exactly.
it's,
I don't think
I
a woman
should do, I
should
should be, I
have
think it's
to-
we come together as a team. If I do
Exactly.
bring the trash can in, what difference, if I pull up trash can still outside, why would I walk past the trash can to say, yo, you chilling on the couch, you know, trash can outside. Like, I just walk past the trash can, why can't I bring it? I
And
don't
how
think it
about-
should be, a man's job or a woman's job. Of course, trash can be a little nasty, heavy, stuff like that, so we associate it with a man doing it. But at the end of the day, if your man is down, what, you're not gonna take the trash out?
Yeah,
Like,
the
just
trash
because,
out.
Um,
But if you nitpicking on every little thing, oh,
But
you
that's-
ain't take the mail, you ain't get the mail out of the mail.
only thing I can say on that is because he's just not wanting to make it work.
Hey,
He's
listen.
not in a
Exactly,
place.
exactly.
Thank
Thank
done.
you.
He's
Another
done.
another sister on Facebook, she just said, you make him seem like he's awful. Like there's no good qualities about him.
No, I'm not saying that he does have good qualities.
What are they?
It's only when we go out.
What
It's
are the
only
good
where we
qualities?
go out though.
So he
I
show
mean,
off,
he
he
takes
shows
care
off
of
when
home. He does take care of home, and that's it. I mean,
so
I
besides.
already know I gotta go. I gotta move on.
Yeah, you.
I gotta go. I gotta
She's
leave.
singing.
Get hard for me.
All right, man, it's your turn.
What was your question again? 'Cause I got-
To make me feel like a man.
Um,
What do you mean? What does that mean to you? Make me feel
once
like
again,
a man.
like I said, from the gritty aspects of it, I really don't need nobody to make me feel like a man. Because if you depend on, if you test somebody and they fail, you're gonna be upset with them. She can compliment me on being the man, but I don't need her to do too much to make me feel like a man. I don't depend on nobody, my wife or nobody else for my happiness.
Oh my God, thank you.
I like to do what I like to do. You can compliment me, we could do it together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know what I don't like. But other than that, I don't need validation. I'm a man.
And
It's
can I
just-
touch
it's just
on that for a minute,
plain
that
and simple.
happiness thing?
Where she lacks at, like I said, if I went and got a haircut the day of tomorrow, and by the time I got home, 4 women said, nice haircut. And you didn't, I'm the type of person, I'll tell you, 4 women told me that,
Like, hint,
yeah, that I was a snack today.
hint, are you going to?
We done argued and fought so much that I'm gonna let you know directly what I need, or what I expect. And if you don't, I don't get mad anymore.
Because you done exhausted
There's
everything.
4 women
you
out
know,
here
so
won't tell me
straight up.
again. See, what y'all fail to realize that is that somebody told me I was wrong the last time I said this. I want to say they said it's 24 women to every 1 man.
Mhm.
And that's why a lot of women will take on a married man or become a side chick to a man. Because
they don't
what
think
you
you're right.
want, somebody else will.
We ain't saying it right. We ain't saying it's right.
So,
It's there.
Yeah.
It's just, exactly, just exists. It's something that is happening, it's been happening,
and it's gonna always
and
happen.
it's always going to happen.
But then men wonder why, well, they put that stickler on us. Oh, we got the attitudes, black women have attitudes, and that's not the case. It's what we are born, we respond to. And on that subject of making someone happy, that's another thing that I don't understand what people say. I just want him, I just want to make him happy, or I just want to, be happy. Why can't he make me happy? No, excuse me, can't nobody make you happy. You have to make yourself happy. If you're not happy, how is somebody else going to be happy being with you? If you can't make yourself happy, ain't nobody else
So,
going to do it for you. Just like if you don't have confidence in yourself, can't nobody give you confidence in yourself. You gotta have confidence in yourself on your own. You can't, I mean, it's just plain and simple.
Where does your partner come in at?
Where if you're not,
Yeah, if I'm already making myself happy every day,
yeah,
I'm taking care of everything every day. What do I need you for?
exactly. Well, you need me for companionship. Okay? No, companionship is not just in the bedroom.
No,
It's,
no, I'm not
you
even
know,
saying
going
just
out,
in the
having
bedroom,
fun,
but
you know, someone
I can
to
have that. I can have that with
communicate
anybody. That's not a
somebody-
difficult thing. If I have a great personality, I can meet somebody and have fun all day, every day.
Yeah,
So I'm not saying that companionship isn't a part,
Mhm.
but I just feel that a man needs more than just that.
mhm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's more, it's bigger than just to go out, have fun. Like you said earlier, if you down, or God forbid you die, you want to know that you sick for 3 months. You want to know that everything that you've worked hard for ain't gonna fall apart. That's what I want to know. That's more than just companionship.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
more than just going out having a good time. Like I said, I can go out and find anybody to have a good time. You walk out the street, yo, you want to go?
Yeah,
That's
but
the
by
easy
the
thing.
same token,
It just-
you can't make somebody happy.
It just
They
makes
No,
it,
you
gotta,
can't
they
make
gotta
it makes it
have
more
happiness
better.
You have to be
within
happy
themselves.
with yourself. You
it
gotta
makes
have
it
to-
more better when you're
I
in a
can-
relationship, via being married or a long time relationship, that person can share their happiness with you. If you, I just believe that if I bank on my wife
That's what I'm
to make me happy in every situation and aspect of my life,
You'll always be miserable.
yeah.
Exactly.
You always
You
will
ever
be
been in
miserable.
a
Give me, we're gonna take a 5-minute break off the radio. We will still be on YouTube Live. We
And
will
Facebook
still be
Live.
on Facebook Live. You're watching Keeping It Real with Shell, www.sadorradio.com. We'll be right back.
You can talk to her real quick. Heidi, she read her comment right there.
I had to learn myself not to focus on all the negative things about my husband and start looking at what I really do love about him.
And Heidi, I have focused on like the positive
Yeah, I
things
just-
about him,
I
but
guess
me
because,
focusing on the
all
positive
hurt that I
things,
caused,
and he's still
some of
bringing
the
the
hurt that I
negativity,
endured,
there's
I've
nothing
learned
else
that.
for me to do but
We
to
gonna be
move
good.
on. And I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
make
keep
myself
my
happy.
positive, the
And whatever you
positive
have to add
aspect about
Going
myself,
to it, I'm willing to
because
accept.
I'm a lover, I'm not a fighter.
So if
And
you
I
fall me
told him
short,
from
then
the
I'm not
door
mad
when
at you.
he, when we met,
I've been
I'm not about drama, I'm about loving you. And if you can't handle love and can't give me that in return, there's no reason for us to even, work, even move forward with this. And he chose to move forward in this relationship, and it's not on me anymore, because I've done everything that I can do to try to make this man happy, and it's not working, so it's time for me to move on. And the only reason why I haven't moved right now was because my daughter was in school, and I'm not the type of mother that just keep moving my child from one school to the other, and, all, that's not me.
I do
So,
agree with you 100%.
I came to the realization that, he's not gonna make up his mind on what he wants, or even come to me and say, well, I don't want this anymore. So I'm taking the initiative, and I'm gonna just go ahead and do it.
You're not happy, so get you back.
Yeah, and that's the thing, I
And that
was
used to be
losing
me. I
myself,
used to come in,
trying to
Rah.
please him. Now it's time for me to please myself and move
Correct.
on.
now I'm sitting in the living room,
So-
dark,
And I've
by
tried.
myself, wondering
You
why.
can't make
ain't nobody
someone
around.
happy
Why
if
do
they
you wanna
don't,
be around?
if they don't wanna be happy.
Yeah.
Then my
I
son
tried.
started acting out in school.
I stopped going out,
I'm
singing,
screaming and hollering all the
I
time.
stopped
They got people
acting,
with-
I take little gigs here and there because I was having issues
I
with
had
him.
to reevaluate and change
Doing
everything
these
about it.
things, oh, why you
That's why I
gotta,
laugh
be
and
out,
joke.
doing this,
Because it's
going
easy
to
for me to
practice
scream out
and
like
all.
this.
No, this is
That's
me,
like
this
that.
is what I love to do, this
That's
is what
easy.
makes me happy
When we
and
come
me.
back, I wanna
So I
get
gotta
into
move on.
what y'all need. And on a once in a week thing.
But thank you, Heidi, for your question.
You know what I mean? I wanna get into that, and then I also wanna get into expectations, what you all expect.
Okay.
Alright, and then that will, take us in the night. Sorry, after seven.
Okay. Oh, we burning out here.
Yeah, right? That's why I said I want to take.
We can ready to
like a
get to
little
our
break.
wants and our needs.
That's right.
no, they're
YouTube
not the
Live,
same.
we're about to talk about the wants. Well, no, actually, we did the wants. We're about to talk about the needs and expectations. And the wants and the needs, are they the same?
No. I'm gonna say no.
No? Some people might differ and say, yeah, that's the same thing. That's the same exact thing, like, but, yeah, so we're about to go back on. Liz, I think I want you to come and be a guest, but I want you to, since you're so able to be comfortable about talking about your relationship and you're kind of looking for feedback from others, to actually have a show like that. Yeah.
That's what
You
I
know
said.
what I
I
mean?
have on myself.
Yeah. We do Saturday mornings, right?
No, I'm me and Mark, the Goodfellas show. We'll do second and fourth
She would come on that
Thursdays.
show.
Yeah,
The
I will have her
Goodfellas?
on that show. Before she got to get on that show before
She could come on it.
She seems like she's ready, but she ain't ready.
She ain't ready. She don't know what you're about to get into.
Let me ask
Why
you,
not?
what do you think with dudes arguing with you? Like, what do you think his position is with you? Because, well, I asked that
Well-
question before you answer. I asked that question because anytime I'm having a conversation with somebody or a debate for that matter, I try to figure out what their side is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What's their position so I can try to be more clear on the whole topic.
Okay. Well, I think his whole hang up about what I don't do anymore because of situations that's happened, I feel as though his hang up is, okay, when I call him and he doesn't answer his phone, yes, I'm going to have an issue with that.
So would
You
you
know-
say it's because you nag him? That's
Yeah,
his issue with you.
And to a certain point, yes, I do nag. If I call you and you don't call me back for a couple of hours, that's an issue. I want a man that would be comfortable in calling me, oh babe, I was just thinking about you during the
Well,
daytime.
because he ain't
You know,
answered,
if
do
I
you
call
think he
you-
cheating? Because he ain't
Because it's
answered.
that
probably is, I don't know.
insecurity
You
that
know,
you want
I-
him to satisfy by calling
It's-
you back.
It's not
Because
so
they could
much
be laying in the bed with a chick
insecurity.
right there and
Answer
call
the
you
phone.
back, like,
Yeah,
but
it's not so much of an insecurity because it's like he expects me to answer my phone when he calls. And
Okay,
if
so
I
it's
don't answer,
it's a tip for
it's
tat.
like, no, I don't know if it's a tit for tat or not. But if I don't answer my phone,
He gets
I'm at work. I'm on the phone all day long. I'm technical support. I work for Comcast. I'm technical support for the technicians when they're in a customer's home. I have to make sure a customer's equipment is up and running before that technician leaves. So if you call me knowing that I'm on the phone and I don't answer, I'm working. I'll get to you when I go
So
on my
does
break.
he complain
or when
about
I
you
leave.
not answering the
Am I
phone?
right? So if you're in a job where you can pick up your phone at any time and say, well, hey babe, when I get my time and I want to say, all right, well, babe, when you get home, because I know you're gonna get home before me, can you take such and such out so I can, cook when I get home? And you don't answer and you don't even think about calling me back. I text you, you don't respond.
Okay, so
I know you're at work, but you can.
okay, so
You
what
know
else?
I'm saying?
We talk about what else when you look at yourself in the mirror, and if you were to pinpoint certain things, because we all have our flaws, we look at ourselves in the mirror and say, you know what is it about me that I'm probably doing that's irritating this man? Nagging. What?
I don't see what else I'm doing wrong.
So you would say the
I
only thing
respond-
would be nagging.
What? All right, let me. My makeup, right?
Yeah.
I don't hold back. My mother taught me growing up, don't hold your tongue.
So your approach might be wrong. So nagging, your approach
When
and how you
your
handle
approach,
him
it
might be
depends
wrong.
on your approach I feel as though should be sincere, and I am a sincere person.
Can I,
When I
can I
approach,
ask
Can you
something?
interject?
But when I
Yeah.
approach,
I want to interject.
when I
I'm your
go
dude,
ahead. Mhm.
right? What do I say to you that I don't like about you?
Yes,
argue.
that's the key.
What am I
What
saying
is
that
it
you
about
did
you
that I
That's
don't
what
like?
he said.
That what?
When
You're an
I
ass?
call him and he doesn't answer, I have an issue with that.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Oh, the trash can.
Okay.
The
So this is
mail.
all net.
And I already done told him, look, I'm not bringing the trash can up. Now we have that understanding.
No.
But
I don't think you
get pick
understand
about
what.
the trash can in the bathroom not
I don't
being
think you
empty.
understand what the question is. The question is,
These
if I
are
want
things
to
that
look,
he say next.
not what is the issue, not the things,
That's
but
what
what.
he
She
said.
said.
That's not what he's asking.
She's
What he's asking is, what are the things that you do? Not the particulars, not because the trash, because the mail, what is it about you? So you can be a nag. You can be your approach, and I'm not saying this to offend you, but you're a nag. Your approach isn't always the best. It's how you come at somebody. Your mom taught you to be real harsh, like speak your mind, baby. And you're like, all right, exactly. You're degrading to him as a man. What else?
I'm not saying I don't know.
I mean, we're just speculating, but if we all had to look at
First, I
ourselves in the mirror,
approach-
because I know I can be a nag. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, my approach on something that I want to get across, something that's bothering me, I'll say, babe, when you get a chance, can we talk? You
Okay.
know, what's wrong with that? And then when we finally
You
get
say that to
talk,
him on Monday.
Uh-huh.
Monday, baby. I want us to talk about something. You know, it don't have to be right now, but it's bothering me. I wanted to talk about it.
Mhm.
Tuesday come, he don't address it.
Mhm.
Wednesday come, he don't address it yet.
And
You
I'll
start
say, well,
tripping,
babe,
right?
You won't have time to talk. To me.
Exactly. That's nag. As women, we understand because it's like, well,
Is
dang,
that
baby, I
nagging?
said it on
Because
Monday,
that's like
today.
3 days out.
Because why?
You
It
know what
has
I'm
to be when he is also ready to talk about. We already ready because we the one that presented it. It has to be in the own time space where he can actually say, all right, let me get myself together because I know there's gonna be some stuff. He has to mentally prep. And it may take him more than 3 days. Yeah, I can't tell you what a man, you can't say what his days should be.
Especially if it's
You can't say that.
especially if it's more. See,
You don't know what
we
you're
as
talking
people,
about.
like he said, we as people, we would quick to say what our significant others or somebody else did, and we forget to bring in what was the build up to. Just because you said to him, "Babe, I need to talk to you," and it was Monday, what did you do last week? He might still be mad about that. So why should I talk to you Monday about something you want to talk to me about when you done did 2 other things the week before that? Now you want to talk?
Now remember,
Okay.
he don't know what she want to talk about.
Exactly.
All he hear is, God, she want to talk. What do she want to talk about? What? Here we go. So I got mentally prepped. Not to mention, every day something is going on in himself with life, with work, whatever it may be. So he may be like, I'm ready for that. I got to deal with this. I got to come home and deal with this. I want to deal with nothing. Forget everything. I want everybody to leave me alone. That could be his space. And that might be for a week. We can't determine what anybody's space is and how they deal and process things within their mind. Because if we push, they might go push. We don't know.
I think to her point, I mean, when is it going to be time? And what if something else comes up between that time we want to talk about? We never talked about the first thing.
True,
And
but
then
you can't
it's your
say what somebody's time frame is. That's the whole
But
point.
by the same
3 days, I
you
ain't gonna lie,
can't
I would have been
let things
negative.
build
I
up.
would have been. No, I said
And
You
something on Monday.
can't allow
Today, Wednesday,
things
we ain't
to
talking about
build
it.
up.
See, and
though.
this is how I
That's
would.
when the arguments start because you done let this build up and build up and build up until you like, bam.
But it takes
And
it takes 2 to argue.
Exactly.
I'm gonna give you a prime example. If I said to my wife,
We about to come back on live.
okay, if I said to her, I want to talk to you on this Monday, she don't want to talk. I'm gonna go a bit deeper. If I said to her, it's cookie time, Monday we're gonna get cookies. I go to wash up and she sleep when I come back in. I'm gonna wake you up. Tuesday,
All right, y'all, we back on with keeping
I
it real with
remind
Shelf.
you
Tonight's topic is
that we ain't had
what do
cookie
men
night.
want, need, and expect in a relationship.
Right? And we don't have cookie night. Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm not asking you jack shit. I don't even want to conversate. I don't want to have cookies. And guess what? Life is gonna go on. Remember when I said to y'all about making yourself happy? See, when you
What
bask in
somebody won't do,
somebody else will.
will do.
Even with the conversations, you don't have I'm going with you asked to answer the question. Don't if he don't want to talk about the situation and it's something that's detrimental to you, then you make the change. And if it meant that you ain't in a relationship no more, then so be it. Because I'm not gonna be in a relationship with someone that I can't talk to. Hands down. So why are you, excuse me, got your panties in a bunch over somebody who don't want to talk about some shit that they doing to you that's making you unhappy? Don't question your happiness.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not making it, well, I was unhappy at one point, but Shell can tell you, me and her been going out. I hadn't been the type since we moved in together to be out there, hanging out and everything. Me and Shell been hanging out. I'm like, I go out twice a month. All the rest of the days I'm working,
That never
or
worked for me.
Saturdays
I
I'm at
I
home.
was miserable. I got in trouble. But what I don't want from a woman is that, and some of y'all women could rectify what I'm getting ready to say. It seems like women always want some type of change out of that man. When y'all didn't even respect or accept the first change that we give you. Now, as men, we like to compromise for our queens. A lot of men do. But if I'm making some changes for you, for whatever the situation is, I feel like don't come to me next month talking about change again. I just changed this because, and this is on a conversation tip of, to me, women are never satisfied. Y'all can
Men
change
throw
it.
that around so quickly.
Okay, now stop right
Say
there.
that.
There has to be a reason that men throw that around. Do you think that we just wake up and want to say,
Women ain't satisfied.
women ain't satisfied?
It's not so
There has to
much
be-
that we're not
There
satisfied.
has to be some truth.
What you give us in the beginning, that's what we want you to continue
No,
to give
I'm not
us.
talking about that.
Because that's what
What I'm
that's
talking
what
about
makes
is
us unsatisfied.
if
Now,
you say to me, Manny, I do all the housework around the house and everything. I know you work, but when you come home, if it's things that need to be picked up, can you help me pick the thing up? And I start picking these things up around the house because, yeah, you do this and I'm trying to play my part. Next week, don't come to me telling my son, man, at 3 o'clock, I'd be tired. Can you start taking out the food and prepping the food for me? And
You like last week it was the trash.
because
Now this week it's the food.
if I
Now
allow
next week
you
it's
to
gonna
do
be the
that,
laundry
you're going to keep finding things,
for me to do.
not just for me to do, for your happiness, for what you want done. To me, women just seem like they're never satisfied.
So they want things for their own happiness.
Yeah, it's like they,
From this,
today I want him to organize his cabinet.
instead of giving things to make their man.
But it should be a compromise. And from what I'm hearing
Y'all
is,
love to throw that word around.
look.
from what I'm hearing is that men don't ask for nothing.
No, that's not the truth.
Okay. All right. So if men can ask for things, women ask for things, then where's the not satisfied?
Okay. The difference is we would ask for something, but we're not asking y'all to change. When a man starts to really
How you
dig,
gonna say that?
when we dig the woman that we dig the woman for what we dig her for. You understand what I'm saying? If a man accepted a woman that he met at a nightclub and she was wearing tight clothes, it's not going to bother him when they get in a relationship and she wearing tight fitting clothes.
I don't agree with that.
See,
I met you that way, but now you're my woman.
No, listen, I never said that
I don't
he's,
want you to wear that. No more.
I never said that he's not going to say, you got to tone it down. but he's not going to change who you are. So that tight fitting clothes that you might have wore at the nightclub, oh, you can't wear it to the nightclub, but you can wear it here.
Can I say?
But he ain't saying that you can't dance
Wait,
no
just-
more. Yeah,
Just for me, I don't-
Just for me.
you ain't gonna-
But you
Yeah.
can't wear that out there.
Okay,
it's certain things that have to change,
all right, so.
but
look
not
at this.
everything. A woman try to change.
Can y'all see my shoes?
Oh my God.
Can y'all see this, right? This is my thing. I've been wearing heels since I was like 16 years old. I used to model. And my ex, he was like, I want you to just wear those in the house for me. Because when you walk, those heels make you walk a certain way that makes people look and be like,
Okay, so what you
you
said?
know, so I'm like, did you meet me wearing these heels?
Did you want to be in a relationship with him?
Yeah,
So you should
And
say,
I
oh, I ain't
still
no problem
do.
with that.
I still do.
You should say,
I
all right,
really, honestly.
no problem. I wear the heels in the house for you because I want this relationship. That's what I'm
But
trying to tell you
that's
that
Why
men
not?
do.
Why
Why do
it
I have
should
to change
be.
myself? It should be a compromise.
Exactly.
Baby, you know what? I'm aware to here for you as well, but I can't. What I will do is say I might not do it all the time. That's the compromise. But for you to tell me to stop completely, I don't think that's fair.
Listen,
But
I
the
don't
thing
think that's
is, when I don't wear
It's
heels
not.
now,
I never
my
said it
feet
was.
hurt.
what I'm trying to say
These
is
are
that
like-
a woman wants the
But-
man to stop
Everything.
everything. She wants him to change. If you can't change, this is yada yada yada.
I'm out.
Exactly. And that's not fair.
Can I say this? I don't want a man to change. That's me. in
So why you take
particular.
why you
Wait
take
a
the
minute.
trash in there?
Huh?
Why you ain't bring the trash
Trash
in
goes
if
out
you don't
there.
want him to change? You
Wait,
should
we
put it
just
in.
started living together. We've been living, well, it hasn't been.
But that's your
just-
trash can
But
too.
it's been 2 years. But I already told him what I expected him. I expect things to remain the same.
Mark said just
Okay?
cut your heel in half.
But
That's
I don't
compromise.
want if the things that I found attractive in you, it made me want to be with you. I don't want you to change that. Because I feel as though if I'm happy with what you gave me in the beginning, that's what I want you to give me all the time. And what I gave you in the beginning is what I expect, for you to want me to give you in return.
Give us a call.
Whether we
267-463-3874
whether we
to
live
share your
together,
thoughts
whether we
on our
live in
conversation
separate
tonight. What do
places,
men want, need, and
you
expect in a
can't
relationship?
change.
I mean, I agree, but like I said,
You
man,
What
can't
happens when people
change
do
because
change?
once you do change,
Like when he changes and then asks you.
exactly, it has to be a change for the good, not for the worse.
because
Okay,
change is
and-
inevitable. You're going to change.
Yeah, change is coming.
You're-
Can't forget
Okay,
that.
that's inevitable. But by the same token, if you change, make it a good change, not a bad change.
But they may
If I'm
believe it
giving
is
you,
you until now you
All right.
see the change and then they like, oh,
all right,
and you start
so,
complaining about the change. So you see it as a negative change, but they see it as a positive change.
okay, so on that same
like-
note, if
Like
you're
Manny,
in the
you're
bedroom, okay, let's
Hold on one
take this.
second. Like Manny, your wife said, oh, I'm gonna become a minister. That was a positive change in her mind. But it affected your relationship
Mhm.
in your sense, like, yo, that was a negative move, babe, because you at church wanted you here.
Yeah.
So one person had, wow, that's gonna be so positive, we're gonna be this, we're gonna be that, or whatever, and it didn't work. See what I'm saying? So it all depends. This is about a communication. I come home and I'm talking to you, or I'm on the phone, baby, listen, you know, I'm thinking about being this or doing this, or I'm gonna pursue my singing career. And this. Okay, baby, well, how do we
Exactly.
pursue this thing together
It's teaming.
and as a team, because that's what we are. We are a team.
Exactly.
So I don't want to hold you back from your dreams, but how do we make your dream a reality and still keep us and not lose us?
Right, and
And that is what I think the conversation gets dropped. People get
Okay.
focused on so much of just doing what I want. Well, I want to do this. I want to go back to school. Whatever it may be, what you want. But if I'm in a relationship that's meaningful and serious, I think that's a conversation that we have.
and that's the most important word you said, conversation. Just like Ace said, that's the most important thing. And to go back to what I was talking about my wife and I, it was simple like this. Okay, Sunday, she a minister now. I get dressed, go to church with her. That's my wife. I'm gonna support my wife. I get there. 1:30 is time to leave. Huh? I want to get our stuff and we get ready to go out the door. And she like, oh no, I'm singing in the choir.
You like, well, when
Well,
did,
When did this
Well,
happen?
was that
when
going to
did
be
this happen?
communicated?
Correct.
Exactly.
And
How
then
you know
next
I have
week
plans
is
for
something
us?
different, and that's what it was.
No, that's
and it
wrong.
took for us to fight, argue, and listen about church,
Well, you know what?
to bicker, in order to say, well, listen, it's about the conversation.
Right.
Once we sit down and we say yay, nay, we say, not you say,
correct.
then it got better. Now
Yeah,
I don't
it
have a
has
problem
to
with it.
be we. Everything has to be we. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that everything is together, because we have to be a together and we have to be individuals. We
Mhm.
still have to pursue our own individuality and maintain it and keep it. But we must come together, and this is where the balance. You must always have the balance and say, hold up, you know what? It's too much of me up in here. I need to come back to us.
Mhm.
And we need to be able to see that, or at least be open and receptive to hear when the coattail is being pulled. So baby, I think you're not giving enough time over here. At least be able to entertain it and not just automatically become on the defensive and ready to attack back.
Right,
I
right.
think what
And
happens,
that's where the problem comes in.
what happens is you're a team,
Mhm.
and your teammate has to be involved.
Yeah.
And when you start doing things like y'all experiencing, you're not involved.
Mhm.
You're on the sideline trying to get in the game.
Like,
And then-
baby,
Right. So now, if she was thinking about your involvement, she probably would have known, hey, we did church. Now I might want to skip choir. Or say, hey, babe, I got choir and church. And said, but this is how you involved with it. And you'll say, yes, I do. Or no, I'm totally be involved to that level.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But y'all being a team, she should have been a little more focused on how you're involved with this.
Yeah, and when a woman or a man does that and they don't stop to think, you forcefully, mentally push somebody
you're
away.
pushing them
You-
away
you
without
push
you
them away.
even being aware of what you're doing. And that's the thing. You must always be aware. But on YouTube, we have some people who said, we want you in the house, just not around us all the time. Nothing wrong with a little tit for tat.
Nope.
It's
Keep it
not
going.
what you say. It's not what you say, but how you say it. And please don't change on me, because I'll have to readjust and then we'll start falling apart. All right? So, gentlemen,
What?
let's go on. I want to know what y'all need. What do y'all need from a woman in your relationship, and are the needs and the wants the same? Maybe you always go second because you go.
I need a woman who knows how to act like a woman. That means that when we out in public, I don't like that rah-rah,
Exactly.
cussing somebody
Why
out
you said that?
or arguing and being confrontational out in public. I don't work well with that.
And
Okay,
again,
what else?
if
Hold on.
somebody is attacking you like verbally, I mean, you have to stand your ground too.
Why would you have to? You got
So
your man.
if I'm already there, and I'm
Are
having
you
this
talking about
situation-
verbally attacking your man or
No,
you
no, somebody attacking us.
as a
verbally.
woman?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then why you got to even take that battle on when your man should automatically
Well,
be
what
like,
is a woman attacking us verbally?
Well, it depends on
You know?
it depends on the situation, how you handle it.
I mean,
Somebody come up and
it
say
all
something
depends.
smart to you,
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
go all
walk away.
crazy on them.
you can walk away.
And that probably will ruin our night. We out having a great
Exactly.
night, somebody tried you and you just completely
You went
flipped.
off, yeah.
Or
Now
you can
somebody
handle it-
hit you, that's
Yeah.
different. Somebody just come up and hit you, that's different. But somebody that want to come up with some rah-rah, you ain't gotta entertain that. You can walk out. You don't have to stay here. You still have control of that situation.
Yeah, true.
So yo, babe, come on, let's go. Let's go. We can leave. Finish up with your needs. You don't like rah-rah. Can we do rah-rah in the house? I don't do it out in public, but in the house.
No.
let's do rah-rah.
Absolutely not.
Ah.
I can't hear that.
I can't do the rah-rah.
I need-
Okay, what else?
I need somebody that's solution oriented. We might have a problem, but let's spend less time on talking about the problem and more time on talking about how we're gonna fix it.
Yeah.
I don't want you to
Okay.
spend so much time on the problem. I tune you out after about 5 minutes anyway,
Mhm.
and you still talking about the problem. I didn't already got
You
it.
good, 5 minutes?
Yeah,
Most men know
Wow,
you get
that's
5
it.
minutes.
I already understand it. Let's start talking about
How we gonna fix
how we're
it?
gonna fix it. You can come to me and say, this baby got a problem with this, that, the other. All right, well, what are we gonna build this? What are we gonna do about it?
I mean, but
All right, what else?
y'all say y'all want a woman
Hold
to
on,
be.
hold on, hold on, hold on, let him finish.
Yeah, let me finish. What else?
I want a woman that pays attention to me, the details. The small details are very important because I know she has a lot going on with her job, with her family, but I need her to pay attention to me when it's time. And you can always pick up when they're not because they miss so much stuff.
Mhm.
And you gotta tell, hey, baby.
Like you said, babe, I got my hair cut. You didn't even
Right.
comment on
You missed that.
it. You missed
Missed
that.
that.
What's up?
And how many times you gonna miss it before I start paying attention to the people who's paying attention to me? And that's the point man is making earlier. You know, so I want somebody that's going to pay. Right.
Yeah, go back to
One of the
people cheat. One of the reasons,
Yeah.
lack of attention from your mate.
So
What else are your needs? Any other needs? If you were to
That's
pick
it.
one, I gotta have this. I must have this need met.
okay.
What is it?
The one thing I have to have is somebody that's going to be a teammate. Somebody's going to
You
be
need
involved. Yes, I need it. You have to be involved on the level that I'm involved with, or you don't have to be on the same level, but you have to be involved. You have to want to do it. You have to-
Willing vessel.
not that I'm making you. You have
Yeah.
to want to do it because that's going to be so important for our growth. So if you're my teammate and we're bouncing
Growth.
things off of each other, we can
Growth.
build.
That's the key, growth.
But if I'm building over here and you're just here, if I'm on the court, I like to
Exactly.
use the basketball reference a lot. I'm on the court playing and I gotta take double teams on, I got nobody to pass it to. I gotta do it myself. But now you get involved, you learn the game. Now you're in the game, you're
You
playing
want
on
me
the
to
same
be your
court.
Scotty
Yeah,
Pippen?
you want
I'm
me
going
to
to pass,
score,
right, I'm gonna
yeah.
pass the ball to you. And it might relieve me for a little while, because I'm in double team dog game.
Right.
And you may be open. Or somebody might double team you, pass it back to me. But when I throw that out, you're gonna know to go up and bring it home.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing.
And
But
that's
in order,
how we win championships.
Yeah.
in order for us to win the championship,
Mhm.
number one, you gotta be in the game.
Yep.
First of all, you gotta be involved. You gotta be a teammate. In order to be in the game, you gotta learn the game. You gotta know the game. And the way you know the game is by paying attention to your partner. Once you
And
pay attention
partner,
to
but
your partner-
also teaching too, because if I don't know, I expect you to teach me.
Right.
So I gotta, you
Exactly.
can't just expect me to assume,
Exactly.
oh, I know what you talking about.
That's right.
You can't expect me to know.
I agree.
So now you gotta be able to sit down and say, babe, and be patient. Cause I may not get it right away. So you gotta be able to say, hi, baby, this is what I'm talking about, whatever. And then get me up to par. I may never be on your level, like you said, but at least try to bring me up to par where now we can really work together as a team and I understand, I see the vision. Cause you're the creator of it. I'm just here to be your support to, baby, you need me to make some calls. You need me to set up appointments. What is it that you need? Okay, Manny, what are your needs?
He done, I ain't really gonna say.
You
But I'm
always got something to say.
glad that I bring things in from a different perspective. My needs and wants are different.
Okay.
Totally. Wants. I'm gonna start with needs. I need to be appreciated. You know, I don't need to. Oh, thank you for everything I do. But I need to I need you to know, to let me know that I'm appreciated.
And how?
Uh,
Saying it, doing little gesture, like
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
What?
Very
the,
Doing
the
little
gestures, like you said, praise. Sometimes just a hug.
Thank you.
Hugs are rare.
Yeah.
If a lot of these gentlemen that's in these streets got a hug, a lot of shit that they do, they wouldn't be doing. You know, just that simple. Just good morning. Like I said, a scratch on the head, pat on the back. Thank you. It's the number one. In relationships, a lot of people forget thank you. They take it for granted that someone's supposed to do this, and that's not the truth. You cook your own damn food. I could have went downstairs and cooked my own food.
Mhm.
Nobody's supposed to do it.
That,
Me-
yeah, I don't think so. It should be.
The physical aspect of the relationship is number one. right next to, I'm gonna say it's right next to communication with me.
And when you say physical, you mean
Touch, period.
just
Sex,
touch. Because I
touch.
don't have to be, I can be intimate with you without actually physically doing the act.
Be physical with me. I can read my own damn.
Good touch.
Sex,
Okay.
sex with me plays an important role. And when I say that, I'm not saying it in a perverted way. What I'm saying it is, I want you to want me just as much as I want you.
Exactly. That's me.
I don't want to feel like I'm mounting the bull. I'm just having sex with you. I want you to
To
want
be
it.
in it. I want
Right.
you involved. I want you to
Exactly.
be enjoying it just as much as
Um,
I am enjoying it.
Right.
You
That's
don't always want to be on top.
that's
You want, you want
We gotta be involved.
that's a want because certain things
Yes.
in life don't permit that. Because a woman is made up different from a man. Y'all more of a emotional. You know, I can come from a funeral and be horny. Just how it is. Yeah, exactly.
And we so
So we go
quiet.
with it
Oh my
home.
God.
How can
Let's
you
go
run
get
out
out
of
of here.
sex?
What are you talking about? Leave me alone. King.
And one of my that's along the wants. My needs is I need my woman to continue to be that queen that I know and I envision her to be. Like he said, I like a little bit of the ghetto-ness, but you got to be precise with it. It has to be at the right time. And 9 times out of 10, I prefer it in the bed. Because when you get out in the street, I I just don't like a woman to take the role or play the role of a man. I don't care how much money you make or what shots you think you call at work. When it's you and I, you have to be able to take that back seat. Now, when I say that, to know when to take the back seat, because there's going to be situations where my queen got to leave, and I don't have a problem with my queen leaving. She just got to know that
when the right
when to
time.
come back.
Yeah.
That's
Right
that's
now, baby.
that's what I
Fall
need. I
back.
need my queen to be able to come back. You know, you don't wear the pants in this relationship. I'm gonna say something that a lot of men are gonna get mad at. We wear it.
Why men get mad?
Because a lot of men can't handle the fact that some women wear the pants in their relationship while they sitting there playing PlayStation.
True.
And they're arguing you down with it and then want to call the shots. How you calling the shots when she's doing everything?
Right. That's true.
But also on the same note, you have to let a woman be a woman too.
Yeah, I just
If
said
you
that.
feel- if-
Not a
if-
woman, I want her to be a queen.
If something that she feels as though you're not, you're wrong in doing, you should let her take the lead and, let you know, well, babe, you know, in a way you are right, but in a way you're not.
Listen, my woman,
You-
she
you
could tell
Be
me,
perceptive of not only your thoughts, but her thoughts as well.
she could tell me I'm
Her
wrong,
feelings.
but she got to know when to tell me I'm wrong.
And
And
how?
how, yeah.
Exactly.
And how
If I'm
to tell
sitting here arguing with him about something and I'm dead wrong and my wife is sitting here,
Baby, you wrong.
she better
baby, you
not.
wrong.
You ain't lying, fool.
Baby, you
She
wrong.
Right
better
about
Right
that.
now is
You are
not
right about
the
that.
time. I ain't trying to hear it right now.
Right.
She better not. She better sit there, shut her mouth,
And she
and
don't-
then when we leave,
And
she
look,
can say,
and
Nick
she-
Bro, you know you was
and
wrong,
she don't
right?
want to get on board with me being
Exactly.
wrong. She better
Just
not
hold,
say
I've
nothing.
been on turn the whole table.
Not say nothing.
And that's the part
That's right.
about leading and taking, being a boss and then falling back down into the place of being that queen. I don't mind that. That's what I need. You know, all the other stuff that I want, that's, I've been there before. Yeah, I wanted the threesome. I wanted all that stuff becomes irrelevant when you really trying to get that team and that boat move. That's the least of your problems. And this is why I be trying to tell women when they talking to me about their man cheating. It ain't sexually. We can get women can do it too. You know the little $40 joke. You can roll up a blunt with half of them and don't even smoke and get what any desire that you want, you can get done.
Online.
So it ain't about sex. So don't think that it is because women say, well, I do everything I give and he still cheated. You're missing the point. You're doing something that's wrong. But that's
But
another
how
story.
do you expect a woman to accept that once, if she does find out about cheating.
Well,
You
they're
know,
not
and all
saying,
of
I'm
that.
quite sure they're
But-
not saying to,
No, but what I'm
Accept it.
saying is that when a man goes out there and cheats,
Hmm.
it's because of him. It's not
We should
because
we want
of
to.
me. Because
oh yeah,
if-
that's definitely true. When somebody go out and cheat, it has absolutely nothing to do with the individual they're involved in the relationship. There's something going on within them. And they need to satisfy whatever that thing is that's going on within them.
and they're not gonna satisfy
Now-
it being with me.
Whatever it may be,
Simple as
it may
that.
be, but it's,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
it's how
Because I
you
should
look
be
at
the
it.
only thing that a man,
Yeah,
if
they
you're in
said
a
that, Mike.
relationship with me, I should be the only woman
But if
that
I-
you would want to be with.
True,
And
I
that-
should.
And you
What?
should make sacrifices
What?
as well as
You
the
don't really
woman,
believe that though?
I got a
not to
question.
go out there and
I got a
cheat.
question.
I
You
should.
should know how to
But
control
at the end of the
yourself and know if you don't want to be in that relationship anymore.
I never said I
Leave
don't
the
want to be in a relationship. I
Don't
wanna
go
be
out
in a
there and cheat
relationship.
and hurt somebody to hurt, just to be hurting them.
Can he interject? 'Cause I
Yes,
gotta
yes,
interject
yes.
too.
Just
Okay,
leave the
interject.
relationship
Let
Go
them
ahead,
interject.
or say you don't want to be in a
Let them
relationship.
interject.
We got the, I got a question.
Um,
That's gonna get me in trouble.
if I come home every day and tell you that I'm hungry when I get home,
Oh, you're not gonna have that problem because that dinner's already gonna be on the table, baby.
well, if I come home and tell somebody else I'm hungry when I get home, you know what I'm saying? And every day I come home, other things are more important, their job or they're doing something else every time. So every time I come home, I gotta find something to eat. So it's gonna be a matter of time before I start eating before I get home. Now, if I'm trying to say, look, hungry when I get home, babe, hungry when I get home, babe, how many times do you think a man's gonna tell you that before he starts finding food somewhere else?
Man,
And then a woman's gonna say, you did this to me. She's never gonna take responsibility for her part of it. Now, I'm not saying it's right. I don't believe it's right. I believe communication should kick in to point say, I should say at some point, babe, if I come home another time and there's no food here, I'm out. I'm not ever come home again. That should be a conversation to be had. But if it's not had,
Leading up to before you actually go out.
now,
But sometimes it's not even about something is missing. It don't necessarily have to be because something is missing. Sometimes it's just the fact that, opportunity presented itself. I was where I was at and I was feeling the way I was feeling. They was feeling the way they was feeling. And it just happened.
well, my point,
Not that anything is lacking.
like my point of saying that was, it's not as cut and dry. As y'all was, doing all that. Oh no, he just did this, he just did that because he's selfish. It's not always just that. Now you are right. There are scenarios where just the type of thing happens that you said. People are just selfish and want to do what they want to do.
Mhm.
But that's not
All
always
the
the
time.
case. Sometimes it is the case where you are in a relationship and you just can't
And
hear
wait,
what
you
somebody's
ready.
telling you.
But
All right,
by
let
the
Manny
same
hold up. Let
token,
Manny
you have
go
to
ahead.
make that, you have to make her aware. You
Well, he
can't
is
just-
saying he kept telling her, baby, I want my food when I come
some
home.
things men don't tell you. They expect you to just, know what their needs
That goes back
are.
to
That
what he
goes back
said.
to paying
Okay,
attention
but-
to the little details. That's what that's what
Exactly.
they're talking
Pay
about.
attention to the little details, but what if some of those little details is not clear to us and we don't take heed to that or whatever, or notice that? It's up to a man to bring that to you and let you say,
And talk
to
and
you
let
about
you
it.
know.
Sometimes-
Well, babe, I
Sometimes
really
what
need you
happens
to do
when a
this and
man
do that.
try to bring it to a woman is what's happening now. We bringing it to you, and you got an excuse or a reason for the reason.
No,
So
it's no
you can't
excuse.
hear,
You gotta
Baby,
be able to
I'm
be
hungry.
receptive and hear what it is they're saying. But like I said earlier, sometimes you hear it, but it's still not clear. Because see, I could come to you and say to you, I'm gonna be the man for a minute, and say, listen, this something happened, and that got my whole mental off. Right?
Mhm.
Got my whole mental off, whatever it may be. But as a woman, I hear what you're saying. Your whole mental is off because of the situation. But what does that have to do with how you treat me? What does it have to do? I get the fact that your mental is thrown off. I get the fact that you're hurt, you're hurting or whatever. something got you tripping right now. But what does that have to do with how you treat me?
Okay, now, let's back up. If you brought that situation to me, and I came home, and I told you I was going through a situation right now, say for instance, I'm like, yo, I'm going through something right now, chill out. I just hurt your feelings because I hollered at
Yes, you
you.
do.
If you can't take a back seat to my feelings and understand that I'm going through something right now,
Mhm.
excuse my French, but that's the fuck on you. Because
Well,
it's
how
about
long
me.
do I have to? How long?
I'm gonna tell you.
I get that it's about. I can fall back, but how long?
Here it
And
goes
even though
again.
you're going through something, please don't negate that it's another party involved.
I'm gonna show you
That's
how how some men do it. Hey, babe, you want some of these chips? These chips are all right. I ain't going through what I went through. A lot of men, just like women, can't stop to say, well, listen, baby,
So you ain't gonna say sorry.
I'm
You're
just getting ready to tell
going
you, we can't apologize. And it's because, once again, we don't appreciate or we forget that that person had feelings too. To say, baby, you know what? I apologize for screaming and hollering at you. I was going through such and such, and I felt like you wasn't being receptive to what I was going through
Mhm.
because you wanted to go on about your feelings when I was going through what I was going through. So I apologize. Now can we? But a lot of men do though. When we do that, you know what happened? Oh, they don't talk now. I don't want to talk. You ain't want to talk when I wanted to talk.
That's a tit for
How you
tat.
talk.
That's
Exactly.
a tit for tat.
But the answer, I want to answer the question. It's a
Alright.
word that I don't want to mess it up. I want to say it really loud.
Now listen, I'm gonna let you answer that question because we only have 10 minutes left. Then we're gonna jump into your expectations so we can finish up the
Okay.
show.
It's a word that when you feel like you can have sex with any and everybody. What is it called? Is it?
All right, my bad.
It is said that he said, or that's what it is. Hey, it is said that by nature that's what we are. A lot of us shield.
Promiscuous men or just humans? Okay.
Women are more emotional with it than men
Mhm.
because a woman, just as well as a man, will have sex with somebody on a one night stand with somebody she's feeling, and it don't be an issue, especially sometimes with a man, because a lot of us don't feel like if you had sex with us on the first night that you're a whore. So
Just if you do it, you don't.
if you do,
Okay, good. Right.
you know, I have had sex with a female before, and I never, and then to see her after that, no, she wasn't a whore. It didn't go down like that with any and everybody. It's the chemistry at that time. But back to the sex thing and cheating. Cheating, it starts from communication, whether it's physical,
The lack thereof.
the lack thereof, but the act of cheating itself, I can't say because you're not a good cook, I slept with her. I slept with her because I wanted to. You helped me. Yeah, oh yeah.
Any excuse.
You
Because
you
of
helped
the
me.
nagging, because of how you talking to me, how you making me feel less than a man, all these
Period.
excuses.
So it makes it easier.
But at the end of the day, you didn't have to.
I didn't
All
have
right,
to.
let's get into expectations. What do you expect? Ron.
Ooh, I see.
What do you expect in a relationship?
I expect in a relationship my woman to be involved in what I'm going through, my daily stuff, what's going on with me, who I am, how I am, what I like, what I don't like. Everything that makes me up, I expect her to be involved with. And in turn, that's what I should do for her too. But since we're talking about what I want, I think that that's exactly what, when she gets in a relationship with me, she should understand that I need her involved 100%. I don't want her to I don't want to be somebody half and half. I want
Exactly.
100%.
That's
Oh,
what
big
I
person.
never
Okay.
understood. Half
All
and
right.
half.
Manny, what do you expect?
It has to be 100%. It can't, and that's why I got married. I finally found somebody that I felt like was going to put 100% in. And that wasn't going to lag or let me lag in the area and fall short. That's what I don't like. I've done that before, so I expect it to be 100%, like you said. You know, I can't, anything else would be, and that's with everything around the board. Sex, fun,
Everything.
everything. It has to be 100%, because the 10% where you slipping at, that's where,
Somebody
Well,
else.
And they
where
will-
can
they
I be
willing
a
to
guy
give up.
like that?
what? You gotta
I
take,
mean, because,
I'm
no,
trying to tell you, you
for
gotta take
real.
the trash in.
Honestly, me,
Bring the trash can.
I love to cook. I love to cook. That's one thing.
But
I love
that's
to do
not
because-
what men care
But
about.
listen,
That's
listen,
what he was saying.
listen. I love to cook. That calms me down. That's like that's my room. Okay. Second, I'm not gonna turn sex down because I love sex myself, right?
They don't care about
Right.
that.
I can be laying in the bed, sleep. You can come to bed and be like, babe, I want you. You know,
You shouldn't be asleep. You should be up, wait behind
Wait a
the
minute.
door, so when he come
Wait
in,
a
you'll
minute.
jump on him.
wait a minute. No. Because sometimes it's gonna go down that way. You ain't gonna come to bed the same time I come to bed. And sometimes you might be out with your boys and then come home and I'm in the bed sleep. I'm not waking up for you. I'm gonna get my sleep.
Did you ever
But
ask your,
Also,
your
I
guy,
love to have sex before I go to sleep.
you ever ask your guy
I
these
sleep
questions
better.
that we talking about? Huh? You ever ask him? You ever have a conversation with him, like we're having a conversation now?
Plenty of conversations, but it always turns into an argument. Because
It takes two people to
he
argue.
doesn't know how to communicate.
So you should just shut up when he don't know how to communicate.
And
You know
I
that?
do. I'll even get up and see with me, I have a bad temper. So if I don't get up and leave out of the house and you keep pursuing me, it's not gonna be a good, thing. So I like to get up and take a little ride or take a little walk around the, block. I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you. Because I know once I get into that argument, it's gonna escalate. Because I'm not the type of person who backs down. So I have to walk away. What?
One of our YouTube viewers said the key on how women should be in a relationship, she should imagine she has no vagina. She has to find another way to please her man. I don't mean sexual. How would you please so that he's satisfied? That's powerful.
Yeah,
That says a lot.
It is
Yeah.
powerful, but I'm gonna go on that, you know me. The first thing she took out the equation is thinking with her vagina. If you,
Eliminate the vagina.
well, first of all,
Act like that doesn't exist. How are you going to satisfy your man? We're going to take away the sexual aspect. And we working more on a mental and an emotional connection.
that's it. That's where y'all lose at right there.
That's what we want to work on. That's what
That's
they're
where
saying.
that's where women lose at. Y'all cannot go in a relationship on emotions. Emotions fail y'all all the time. There is not a woman that I haven't dealt with that lose in the area because of her emotions. A man will get mad at you and speak to you and act like ain't nothing happened 10 minutes after an argument. Y'all got to work off of y'all emotions. Y'all keep it going. Y'all emotions will stop y'all sexual drive.
Yeah.
So you can't.
I'm
You
sorry.
can't say
I'm
emotion.
sorry. I
Don't
feel as
talk to
though
me
you
about
should-
emotions because I look at you like
You
this
should never
while
go
you
to
eating.
bed angry, and one way
That don't work either. Go to bed angry
go
and
to
have
bed
sex.
is to have sex
That's
with your
right.
man
Before you
and make
leave.
sure your man knows.
Yep.
Look, we argue, but look,
We mad.
we okay.
We mad,
We
but
gonna be okay.
after this, I'm still gonna be mad.
Yep. Take it out on me now. But that's
Don't
just it.
don't withhold sex
And
from me,
when-
because then I
so-
know the relationship is over then.
All right, we got a few minutes left. Literally a few minutes left. Ron, if you had a few words to just sum it up, what men want, need, expect, what would you say?
Oh, shit. I mean,
Gotta
shit.
keep it.
Few words to sum it up.
Just a few words to
I
sum
would
it
say,
up.
A few words to sum it
If
up.
you're a woman looking for a man and you want to know what men need, just
What they
Stop.
want, need,
What they-
and expect.
all you need to do is listen. Take your time and listen. Stop rushing into things. Stop being hasty. Take your time and listen. And he'll tell you everything that he wants, needs, and
If he's a good communicator.
well, if he's not, move on. Find somebody else.
If
But
he's
he'll tell
a
you
good
that.
communicator, yes,
You'll
that
find
will
that out.
work.
You will
Well,
find that out.
If not, then
You
that's
will
a totally
definitely find
different
that out
dynamic.
if you stop and listen. I'm listening to you. You don't know how to communicate with me. I gotta move on.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
communication is not just verbal, it's also body
That's right.
language. I gotta be able to
Small
read body
details.
language as well as just not listening. I gotta watch too. Manny, sum it up. What do men want, need, and expect in a relationship?
We need a queen. We need a friend. We need the best sexual partner ever.
You think all men think that? They want that?
They're not gonna tell you, but it's the truth.
You think so?
We want you to be involved.
Why would I want to be with somebody
Who might
who
not?
Susan performed the best head game ever, and I was somebody that's mediocre?
Well, let me say this.
You
If
gotta
trying
make
your
sure
best,
you do that,
wait,
woman.
if you trying your best,
And he
then
can
it's
make
okay.
then it's the best. It's
Then
great.
it's okay. She might
Because you're
she might have
trying
been
your
better.
best.
Exactly.
Okay, but if you
Because
just
you're
being
involved
lazy,
and you're trying,
Then we don't want
then it's
that.
the best.
So
That's
once
right.
again, women hate to hear it and men hate to talk about it. Sex plays one of the most important roles. Just like when women talk, when you had to talk with women, you know what they're gonna say? Finances.
No.
See, men, we're not allowed to talk about that our woman have to be financially stable because we were brought up
to be that
to be the
financial.
finance. So if I know that I'm being the finance and the protector, then I want my woman to be the queen. And when it comes to sex, do what she got to do.
Okay, let me ask this. Now, what I didn't hear you say it, but I heard you say it wasn't a big thing. Trust and loyalty.
Oh,
I heard you mention it, but you kind of dismissed it. I didn't hear you say anything about trust and loyalty. Is that not something that, I mean, because when I say trust and loyalty, I get that I'm not even talking about on a cheating aspect because people can go out, they're going to do whatever they want to do. But when I talk about trust and loyalty, I mean that I know I can trust you with my deepest, most intimate feelings, my vulnerability. That's what I mean, trust. Trust to see you in that state and not use it against you.
exactly.
When I talk about loyalty, I talk about, baby, I don't care what the hell we go through. I got you. I got your back.
Exactly.
I never heard y'all talk about that.
Well, the reason why I brushed off on it is because I don't think that I would have gotten married if I didn't trust my wife.
Okay.
But I could trust my wife with my heart, might not trust her with my finances. See, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Trust comes in levels,
Mhm.
and people have to earn that.
Oh, yeah.
So no
definitely.
matter how much you say you love someone, you never know someone 110%.
That's true.
So I don't base my relationship off of trust or loyalty because today or tomorrow that person could change.
Mm.
I'm just,
I mean, but
I'm
we
just
already
like, I'm
know
just like
that
the
change is
scratches.
inevitable.
Right.
It's coming. It's about what areas are going to change.
Right.
That's the key.
I just base my life on it like that. Though.
Real quick, trust, loyalty, is that important to you?
Yes, it's very important.
Okay.
It's important. I try. It's high on the list. It's very important. I try to put that all in together with being a teammate. If we're teammates, I have to trust that you are on the court. You're with me. I have to trust that you're going to be there when I pass the ball to you. I have to
Okay.
trust that when I throw the alley, you're going to be there.
Loyalty.
Loyalty, that's very important also.
Okay.
I mean, they're high on the list. I thought, we're just going down the line.
Yeah, because like I said, I didn't hear y'all really stress it. Manny kind of touched on, it, but he dismissed it. But I wasn't even talking about, like I said, on the cheating aspect. I'm talking about on more
yeah.
deeper
Yeah.
level, the trust and the loyalty.
And once again, like I said, I didn't elaborate on it because his conversation when he first started, as far as the team and
Mhm.
building something together,
I
all of that
understood.
ties everything in. So it's hard to really elaborate on something that he said.
Understood.
It was for those who have to understand what he was talking about.
Okay. All right, good. Thank y'all. It's time to end the show. Keeping it real with Shell. I want to thank my guests, A.A. Ron,
Highly
Manny,
subscribed.
DJ Manny Strong, as well as Liz. Thank y'all again. Keeping it real with Shell. www.Sador Radio. Thank you to all my YouTube viewers. Tune in 2 weeks. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
SadorRadio.com, and y'all need to subscribe. Heidi, subscribe. I'm telling you, we be having some real deep shows.